One of the most devastating events that may occur to a ship in the maritime industry is when it collides with another ship and ruins its terminal structure. This incident may result in further problems, such as environmental damage caused by oil spills and etc. Here are the 10 measures that must be taken to mitigate the damage and save the ship in the event of a collision. First off, assess the extent of the collision's damage. Make a rough sketch of the damage to the vessel and its cargo after properly inspecting it and confirming the content of the cargo tanks. Second, if damages are found and recognized, the next step is to sound the bilges and tanks, particularly in impacted areas, to determine the extent of the damage and to determine if there is a leakage in the tanks and bilges when the readings change. Third, if flooding is present, quickly seal the watertight doors and other openings and begin the discharge process. This is done to restrict floods and prevent it from spreading to other areas. Take waterproofing measures if the breakage is minor. Fourth, when flooding occurs in essential locations such as engine room, employ the bilge injection system to decrease and lessen the water. Fifth, this following step is to separate the cargo, fuel, and ballast pipeline sources to the damaged portions of the vessel in order to ensure their safety and security. 6. If the breach is above the waterline, use sea spray proofing measures. 7. If the fracture occurs on the forepeak tank, the next step is to slow down so that excessive pressure is not applied to the crushed bulkhead. 8. Consider filling the other end tank to compensate for any leaks or trim produced by flooding. 9. The next step is to compare the flooding rate to the discharge capacity. If the final result indicates that the flooding rate is higher, it is vital to examine the possibility of buoyancy loss. Finally, 10. If a loss of buoyancy is likely, consider purposefully stranding the craft. Make certain that an appropriate area for stranding is established. This is done to prevent more harm from occurring.